Hello, friends. Welcome to Literary Concepts. As a part of grammar concepts, basic grammar concepts. So, today's topic is types of sentences. Now, let us try to understand about the types of sentences. Generally, there are four types of sentences in English according to their meanings or functions. So we have four types of sentences in English language. So as per their meanings or functions, functions means as per their use. So they are number one is assertive sentence. It is also called as declarative sentence. The second one is imperative sentence. The third one is interrogative sentence. The fourth one is exclamatory sentence. Now let us try to understand the each type of sentence one after the another. So assertive or declarative sentence. The meaning of assertive means telling confidently. So, an assertive sentence is one which asserts, means tells confidently, states, so saying something clearly, or declares something. So, assertive sentence is which asserts or states or declares something. So, the assertive sentence begins with a capital letter and ends with a full stop. So you have to remember this. It always begins with a capital letter and ends with a full stop. For example, I buy a car. She sings a song. He is working in a company. The sky is blue. So these are the examples of assertive sentences. So if you just observe it, so it begins with a capital letter and ends with full stop. In each and every sentence, the same aspect we find. So the next one is imperative sentence. Imperative means commanding. So imperative means commanding, authoritative. So a sentence which express a command. So a sentence which express a command, a request, a suggestion, or a wish is called an imperative sentence. The sentence which expresses, which shows a command, a request, commanding sentences, request kind of sentences, suggestion, and a wish. So, the sentences which express these aspects, they are called an imperative sentence. So, it ends with a full stop. Imperative sentence ends with a full stop. In note, generally, you can observe that imperative sentence begins with verb. So, for example, close the door. So, close is a verb and ends with a full stop. The second one, example is come in. The third one is stand up. The fourth one is please help me. So if you just observe in the examples, so it begins with verb and ends with full stop. So this is all about the imperative sentence. The third type of sentence is interrogative sentence. Interrogation means asking questions. So a sentence which asks a question is called an interrogative sentence. So whatever the questions which we ask in our day-to-day life, so all those sentences are nothing but interrogative sentences. So interrogative sentence ends with a question mark. So ends with a question mark. For example, are you married? Question mark. What language do you speak? Question mark. Are you going to store? So if you just observe, so each and every interrogative sentence ends with the question mark. So this we have to keep in your mind. The fourth type of sentence is exclamatory sentence. Exclamation means expressing a sudden emotional feeling. So a sentence which expresses a sudden or emotional feeling is called an exclamatory sentence. So whatever the sudden feelings we get, whatever the emotional feelings we express, so those feelings, okay, those sentences are nothing but exclamatory sentence. So exclamatory sentence ends with an exclamatory mark. So exclamatory mark which is given in the bracket. For example, what a surprise! Oh, how tragic! Then the third one, wow, that's amazing. So these are the example of exclamatory sentence. So these are the four types of sentences. One is assertive sentence, the second one is imperative sentence, the third one is interrogative sentence, and the fourth one is exclamatory sentence. And we have the kinds of sentences also. So according to grammatical structure, according to the grammar, so there are three kinds of sentences. The sentences are further divided into three kinds, three types. Okay, as per the grammatical structure. Whatever the four types were based on their meaning and purpose or meaning and their function. But here we find based on the grammar, okay, grammatical structure. So we have three kinds of sentences. They are number one, simple sentences, number two, compound sentences, number three, complex sentences. So let us try to understand the simple sentences first. Simple sentences. So the simple sentences contains one subject. So that is one doer. Subject means a doer of an action and one verb. So in another way, so a simple sentence has one independent clause. So one independent clause. Independent clause. In independent clause, we find one subject and one verb. For example, the earth moves round the sun. The earth is the subject here. Moves is a verb. So one subject and one verb. The next example, the cat is sleeping. So cat is one subject, is sleeping is one verb. So sleeping is one verb. So a sentence which has one subject and one verb is called as a simple sentence as per grammatical structure, as per grammar. The second kind of sentence is compound sentences. So compound sentences contains two or more main clauses, that is independent clauses. Independent clause is also called as main clause. So joined by a coordinating conjunctions. Coordinating conjunctions like and, yet, so, but, or, neither nor, either or, for, etc. So coordinating, so joining two independent, two main clauses. For example, he worked hard but failed. So he worked hard is one independent clause, failed is one more. So but it is combined, joined by but. The next example is I like pizza. It is one independent main clause. and she likes cake. So she likes cake is one more independent clause, but it is joined by the coordinating conjunction and. So these are the example of compound sentences. The third type of sentence, okay, the third kind of sentence is complex sentences. Complex. So the complex sentences contains one main clause and a subordinate clause. So subordinate clause is also known as dependent clause. So subordinate clause is also called as dependent clause. So for example, so as per the highlighted, so the red color indicates the subordinate class, the blue color indicates the main class. So all know that the earth moves round the sun. The earth moves round the sun is the main class. All know that is a dependent class. The next one more example. Because it's raining, it is a subordinate class. We will stay inside. We will stay inside is main class. So these are the three kinds of sentences as per the grammatical structure. I hope you understand the types and kinds of sentences. So thank you one and all.